What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And we have gotten to an interesting time of the year. It's one of those times where it starts to get a little bit slower, but there's still stuff that comes through.
Yeah, things happen.
Hey, there's some things that have happened that were a little like, wow, that's amazing. And a couple things that just weren't quite so fulfilling as you'd hope. You hope when you hear news from the NFL, it's,
So we always get
contracts, trades, cuts, football. But the NFL lost Jim Irsay, the owners of the Indianapolis Colts. He's been sick for a while. I've been hearing a lot of things. I think his daughters have been kind of taking over the company. But I know from different people that you hear talk about him and the times I've seen him in interviews and stuff, he does a lot of charity work. And he, little wild dude, but he seemed like people that know him seemed like he was very, they just seemed to really love him.
A lot of people don't realize that when his dad on the team, you got to realize Jim Irsay's been around football since he was a little kid.
Yeah.
So he was around when the George Hollis's, the Lombardi.
And then that passed on to his daughter.
He was obviously one of the last few old.
He was the youngest owner.
At one point. Yeah, 38 when
I think he was 38 when he took over the Colts.
And so.
It's 37.
Yeah, so then when you think about it, he was able to, he saw all that history. He was an owner of all of it. He could say it. And now, just to think now, that's just somebody else is gone. And he was with obviously the Colts have had different eras where they were great. They had that when they were the Baltimore Colts, when they had Johnny Unitas and all those things when they won the
Peyton era.
Yeah, Peyton era.
Yeah, people around here don't talking about
very short Andrew Luck scene.
Yeah, and then and he really truly believed that the Colts were going to get back to being a prominent team. Unfortunately, he didn't get to.
He's not going to see it.
He might see it on the other side. You never know.
Yeah, his daughters do seem like they're very I guess because of how his father raised them in it, they are really part of that team.
Yeah.
So they fully know what's going on.
Yeah, and they're definitely.
And when you're handing a business like that down, because that's why what's his name sold it to Jerry Jones.
John Ritter.
Because he was like, yeah, I'm an actor. I don't know what to do with a team.
Yeah. Then Jerry kind of put his kids. He made it a family business, and he's like everybody has a part in it. So it's nice to see the daughters probably have a tag team relationship on who handles what.
Yeah, so it's not as stressful because it is being stressful being an owner.
Yeah,
and the fact that they have it split up the way they do is very good.
Yeah,
he had a chance to say how he wanted to go, his dreams for it, and they get to. So I have prayers for the family.
And, I feel like speaking outside, he has to feel like he kind of left it in good hands. He's had success. He's done great things with it. He's done great things with the city, and now his daughters are in a really solid place to continue this forward.
Yeah, I just hope it goes well. We've seen how stuff passes on. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't do.
But hey.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Jim Irsay and condolences to the family. We hope they're all together, helping each other get through this time. There's a lot of stuff going on in the NFL, though. The rules committees are meeting and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, spring meeting.
Yeah, and they can't get rid of the tush push.
I've heard. Dallas and the Giants were one of the ones who was like, "It's gotta go."
22 teams.
And Titans the Titans did not.
I'm just saying that
Titans actually voted for it to stay. I was shocked.
I was shocked the Steelers
them that much.
I heard that part of the reason it failed is because they changed the wording.
Okay.
And the wording would have made it so that no player can push another player at any part of the field. And a lot of people were like, whoa. You want to ban the tush push.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But you're telling me that, we get a 40-yard pass and a guy catches it at the 3 and the safety in the corner are trying to tackle him and the rest of the receivers start pushing and then the line catches up and we like that. That's
part of the game. Yeah.
I've seen people get pushed inside the end zone.
5 yards for a first down.
The ball
he was off his feet just getting shoved.
They're carrying him. Yeah.
They're pushing him one way or the other. I've seen them just get
Yeah, that's just football. And I think I've heard that's a big one that kind of made people
the scrum part of the game in that situation.
Yeah, and they were like, nah, that's not happening.
Are they going to allow defense a little more leeway though when it comes to stopping it?
No, see, I don't know.
See, that's the
thing is, they're going to have to obviously reword their wording for next season, and then the next season to say what they want up. Also, you saw the Lions pulled their thing for the change in the seating,
the playoff thing. Yeah,
they pulled their
that was supposed to be. They were going to redo it so that when you went, so if you were in the division at 9-7, And so, like, the number 6 wild card team is like 11-5. You don't get a home playoff game. The 11-5 team gets a home playoff game
because they're a wild card team.
Our division this year.
I got you.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that
it makes the division not matter.
And the division is what,
Yeah.
If you want to, you should beat your division.
It makes rivalries not really matter.
And if you have you can have an easy division and get away with a lot more. Like, you in the tough, you know what I'm saying?
Well, my problem, they knock like a Tampa for getting in, but nobody ever knocked New England for getting the Super Bowls off an easy schedule, easy division.
I mean, Seattle used to just get
coast in.
And that first playoff game would be at home. Yeah, they got home to, that's how they are.
Because I think people forget. The AFC West used to be like that. Remember, like, the Chiefs used to suck. The Broncos sucked. The Raiders sucked. The Chargers sucked. So, like, the Chargers with Phillip Rivers would win them, go to the playoffs every year, and then get waxed in the first round because, of course you did. You had 6 easy wins. Your division's trash.
Like, our division beats up on each other.
Yeah. We're all banged up and hurt by the time we get there. We played.
AFC North is like, well, we're here.
Part of the reason we seem to have one of the hardest schedules in the league every year is because our division is the hardest in the league.
Yeah.
By win percentage, not just opinion.
Yeah. Like, it can get pretty rough. So by the time we get done beating up on each other,
we're putting 2-3 teams in the playoffs almost every year. And that's before they extended the seeding.
Yeah.
Like, before they gave us 3 playoff teams, the NFC East would have 3 teams in the playoffs all the time.
It'd be crazy. Sometimes. And we had some bad seasons.
Well, yeah, everybody does. But
there are few and far between. Your division usually is that tight.
So, So that's interesting. I just wondered, like, for the defense side of it, would
well, remember now because we know all the rules we talked about earlier in past episodes, like, being able to review the hits and all that stuff. So it's going to be able to. Hopefully the defensive stuff is going to be a little more relaxed because of what you can read.
Now, I hope the refs are honest about what they review, because sometimes I feel like they go and look at it and they'll still like, oh, it stands. I'm like, you really did it though? Like,
which is why I think they had to get the sensors.
And I think that's why they did the
Hawkeye first down and the laser. Yeah,
because of all the things is like now. Your technology show that you know better. Oh, we made a mistake.
But if they're rigging it to that point, then we just need to. We got 2 choices as a watcher.
Yeah.
Stop watching or just eat it like WWE and go with it like it's not.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I mean, because who was it when they did their they show who they were playing or whatever, and they showed the Dallas with it wasn't the Raiders, was it?
Yeah.
That was one of their little clips
where they had had to put the paper in between.
Oh yeah.
Come on, that's
like if you need a paper to see if it's a first down, then it's a first down. They're like, nope, it's not first.
That's kind of crazy. That was
It was like that's Dallas and then Kansas City.
Please. Please.
They changed some of these playoff rules for Buffalo, but some of these rules, because people are like, oh, they really want them to win. I'm like, well, do they really want Buffalo to win, or is it always Buffalo the game ends and we're sitting there going, damn, they robbed Buffalo. Yeah. Like that last playoff game, we were like, damn, they robbed Buffalo.
Sometimes, I get torn with Buffalo because then you get if they the ones that the overtime rules changed, right?
Yeah.
And it still didn't help.
Well, yeah, but they screwed him even. It was more directly. Because
we had the first down, 2
first downs that they said no on.
Yeah, it was like, God.
No, you ain't getting it. We said no. You should have left the playoffs alone or the overtime.
Now you back. But no. But
yeah. That should be interesting.
It will be. It's shaping up for... It's shaping up for a season like any other.
Yeah.
It's like anything. Once you're going to have to figure out how to beat it, and a lot.
I felt like if everybody could do it, then maybe more like, dog, there's not a team out there that doesn't get it immediately. Then maybe we need to do something because this is boring.
Yeah.
What's the point of 1-yard plays if we know every single? But they're the only one that can do it. So clearly, and they're not the only one trying. So it's not like they're the only one trying. It's like, well, yeah, it's just their thing. Like the Wildcat. Like, well, yeah, we've never done a Wildcat. Everybody has tried a tush push since this thing came out.
Well, I think that's a little why.
And Philly can the only ones that can do it.
I don't think it's as automatic it was before because it was. I feel like it was like, okay, they're not gonna let them keep getting away with this because every time they do it, they get it. They gonna be like, all right, no.
The biggest
but the last season they were having it wasn't always working.
It wasn't always working. But
and then they started throwing in the variations too.
Yeah.
They started having where he'd stop and pitch it to Saquon off the edge. Mm-hmm. I think there was a play action one they did where they went like tushing and he just tossed it over top to like Goddard or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean that's a valid play.
Yeah.
So it makes you think, and I think also like you were saying other teams, but
they might have to come up with their own, like, my quarterback and running back can't do it. How about we put...
Some people aren't Jalen Hurts. No, your quarterback's not squatting 500.
Yeah, so you got to put somebody else there.
How many running backs squat 650?
Like, you know what I'm
saying? Like, something like... Somebody
it ain't working. You're not going to be able to do it. But it's interesting. I just remembered. I was about to say...
everybody in the gym.
OTAs did start... The OTAs started this week, didn't it? Organized team activities?
No, they started like last week.
Or I thought everything had to be finalized for the rosters this week, or was it last week?
Nah.
Not the 90-man. The 90-man for the OTAs, yeah, it did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the 90-man for OTAs had to be finalized. Because remember, that's why... You remember, because OTAs...
No, this is just minicamp. OTAs start right before preseason.
I thought OTAs is now. And then we go into... I thought OTAs started this.
All right, I don't know. I didn't think that the oh my god, I saw some footage of Stafford throwing to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He puts up this like gorgeous like air ball, and you watch the ball like go up, and you can't see Adams, you can't see nothing, just the ball just going through the air, and then it comes down, and you watch that Devontae Adams literally just go like just like this, just right here, just boom, and just walk through it in perfect stride. I'm like, that is going to be so dangerous.
See, started May 20th.
Oh. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, so, no, because speaking of that, that's why we saw the stuff we saw, because that's everybody's starting to, starting to come together. Like for instance, like we wanted to talk about what's going over in San Fran. That's probably why they're finalizing.
That would make sense. Why we had to clear with Burns to get that Carter thing.
Yeah,
that was pretty.
That is gorgeous.
That was pretty
phenomenal.
But going right to that.
And we can go right to that. Well, real quick before we get to all the money they're throwing out, like they're at a strip club in San Francisco. They reconstructed Brian Burns' contract, and the Giants have officially signed Abdul Carter for $45 million.
He has been tripping.
That's good though. And we signed. It's just like them. Cam Moore signed this week for 4 years, 48.6.
So you excited? You think this is it?
Yeah, I mean, from seeing what I've seen and from just the footage,
think this is it.
I don't know. I think it's. I think this is the beginning to something that's going to be really. Nice. I'm excited. Like I watched Will Levis. He doesn't have the zip that Cam Moore does. He doesn't have the command that
he doesn't have the command of the players around him.
Yeah, and everybody from what I'm hearing, everybody just says, right? He's just like a consummate professional, and everybody wants to follow him.
Yeah,
it's just like when people were shocked when Jaden Daniels came into this. I feel like it has that same feeling when Jaden came to the Commanders. Everybody's like, okay, all right,
yeah,
and they go. And I just hope now. I don't want to hear. I want to see Callahan's offense. I want to see it operated. We got linemen. We got pieces, and we also signed all the people from last year who are still on the team. Like I just read also that Jerry Snape's still rehabbing from the injury he had that caused him to play only 5 games last season. We paid him all that freaking money. Like now I'm like, okay, but I'm just hoping that it all works out on my end. But I'm excited for y'all too though, because the pieces that they have, I'm excited just to see teams that weren't good be able to put something to paper and off the paper onto the field, a good product.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
Drew Lock's one good game last year. We absolutely torched the Colts. Like that's the thing about it. It wasn't even just that we like beat them. We beat the brakes off the Colts. Russell Wilson is way better than Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Drew Lock is probably better than Daniel Jones. So think about it. If Russell Wilson's better than Drew Lock, we spent half a year with Daniel Jones, and now we're going to Russell Wilson. The level of quarterback play has gone up immensely.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize how bad our quarterback room was. Or I don't think they're really attesting to how bad the quarterback room was.
I think we know.
I think they know.
If people knew, then they wouldn't. Like everything on that team is trash, right? Like no,
the quarterback is so bad.
But because he infected
Because
everything.
Defense is on the field longer than they should be.
Yeah, so now they're getting injuries.
Tired.
They're getting injured. And they're getting tired of getting beat by people. They're making mistakes.
And they feel like we have to win.
Every corner has to win every rep every time because one catch can blow this game because I can't give up anything.
Or I got to make an interception.
And then the receivers are like, every time, like, some of their drops are because they're trying to do stuff because I have to score a touchdown. We're never going to get this part. And then the rest of the drops, which actually more often than not were, he's putting it here. So, yeah, it hit his hands, but he's going back against his momentum. The ball shouldn't have been there.
Or he just threw a stupid interception.
Or he don't throw it out.
And I feel like with the mix of the running game we got between Scatterbo and Tracy, we had 1,000 yards last year with no quarterback play. So nobody was scared of us throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And we still had a rookie running back put up 1,000 yards. That's pretty damn good. So if now we can at least throw the ball a little bit, and like I said, again, all this Russ slander, I'm like, when he started with Pittsburgh, when he came back from that injury, they were averaging 30 points a game.
The reason why Russ is going to continue to get this slander is because of that stint in Denver.
He was like this before with Seattle.
No, that's because
before he even started with Seattle. He's too short. He'll never be any good. He's a waste. That's what they were saying.
At first, but
and even he kind of.
They told him that it was just. They told him it was just the Legion of Boom.
That's true.
And then when the Legion of Boom left, the only thing good was him.
But then they still were losing and stuff, so it was his fault.
So it's like, you might be the only thing on the team that's playing well at all, but we're gonna blame you. And then
Denver, like that with the crap.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was the altitude or what, but then
Rodgers might love Hackett, but that offense and the Jets look like garbage too. So maybe Hackett's just not that great.
Maybe Hackett's not meant to be a head coach. I don't even know how he could be an offensive coordinator. He's just a quarterback's coach or some of the quarterback guy feels good when he has him in the room.
Because I think the problem with it, guys like Rodgers is I think sometimes they get offensive coordinators that like. Well, yeah, he's not a great coordinator because he's a great coordinator. He's a great coordinator because he gets to use you as the quarterback.
Yeah, he caters to you and things like that.
Like, yeah. And so, when it seemed like whenever Aaron Rodgers isn't there, Hackett seems to be garbage.
Doesn't know how to...
Like, the offenses he puts together, offensive coordinator, coach, whatever, when he's not using Rodgers, even a little bit with Rodgers, it looks terrible.
Sean Payton made it known that he didn't want him.
He didn't want him. He didn't like him. He didn't put him in a position to win. He did nothing to help him.
But we saw what happened when he had Bo Nix.
Because he wanted Bo Nix.
Yeah, but okay.
But nobody has been able to function up Pittsburgh's offense. And like I said, Russ was putting up 30.
Hey.
With George Pickens. Because I'm sorry,
with that terrible...
No run game. A garbage line. Freiermuth is overrated.
And they went to a playoffs. And pretty close to
And Pickens is part-time.
So, I mean, look, I'm not taking... I didn't say anything about Russ. I think Russ is okay. I didn't slander him. I'm just saying. I think it'll be better, but also it's because of the New York media. Y'all are hard on everything.
Y'all are hard on y'all.
It don't even matter.
Unless you bring
if they don't bring home a Lombardi, we fucking suck this season. You were
10-7. You won a wild card game. I mean, even like when Daniel Jones, like seeing how bad he was later, I get why people jump on it. But Giants fans, like, we won the playoff game, went into Philly, know that we had nobody. Remember, we had no Malik Neighbors. Our offensive line was atrocious. And they're like, we gave him a contract that's $15 million a year less than every other starting quarterback that's getting a contract? It was like, well, yeah, off of what he did.
Tag him and
we tried. Saquon wasn't trying to take the contract, so then we had to do it the other way. Saquon wanted out. We could stop trying to say that we didn't want him.
I think Saquon wanted out too. I do. I think he wasn't a big boy enough to be like, I don't want to play here anymore.
I think it's going to take y'all too long to get this turned around, and I want to start competing now.
And I'm just saying that I want to go somewhere else, but he didn't want to be the bad guy. I really think that because
he cares about his image.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's generally a decent dude, but I'm sorry. This is not.
Man up and say it. I'm sorry. This is not what I want.
Because everybody keeps clowning us.
Dirty Eagles,
Everybody keeps clowning us about like, oh my God, you didn't want Saquon. Y'all just cut him. Y'all just let him go. You just didn't. You were being pinching. I'm like, the contract we offered them was bigger than what Philly gave him. So what penny pinching are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
I think that defense is going to be
totally
went off totally. Yeah, y'all got me started.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So we do Carter signed. We're talking about spending money. Oh yeah. Strip club with San Francisco, making it rain. Fred Warner got a contract, 3 years, $63 million, $56.7 million guaranteed. But that's not the big story. Brock Purdy just got his contract that calls him a real quarterback.
What did Mr. Relevant get?
5 years, $265 million with $181 million guaranteed.
I say the last person in the draft made out.
And he said that with his big purchase,
it's a house.
A fishing boat.
Oh, that's nice.
He could buy a yacht and fish
humble. His
might be a nice fish
humble, bro. Humble.
I think
he's just a nice country boy, right?
Yeah.
Remember, he was living in a modest apartment when he was making no money. He tried to. Remember, he was broke.
He was broke playing for the team. Like there was people taking care of stuff for him.
Yeah, like my man was. Come on now, he was the last pick of the draft.
Yeah,
but. He made the most out of his opportunity, and this is what happens.
Yeah, work hard.
So,
I mean,
it don't matter where you're drafted.
If you work hard. Like I said, what? So last pick is the end of the 7th.
Yeah.
Brady won the 6th. He won a round earlier. So, I mean,
he didn't go great.
Dak was a 4th-round pick.
He wasn't drafted.
Victor Cruz wasn't drafted.
Third string, and they wanted to see what he looked like.
Undrafted greatness.
I mean, Cruz wasn't drafted, and now he has a clip that goes viral every year after the draft of Rex Ryan coming over to Tom Coughlin and being like, "Whoever that kid is, he's incredible. Y'all got to start."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got video of him on the sideline. Like, who is that? He's undrafted. Where did they get him from?
Yeah. So
you
never
follow your dreams and work hard. Never give up.
Oh, speaking of extensions, we have to mention it even though we don't want to, but Nick Sirianni got one.
Oh God, yeah, I didn't care.
Yeah, I know, but he got one. It's only fair to mention it.
I'm just hoping that they're going to have another down year without their offensive coordinator.
I just want to see him look like he's just lost to the sauce. Oh no,
he's always lost. He has to have great coordinators to make up for the fact that he's.
That's why they had that. That's why they had that off year. But remember, he just lost. He lost
Kellen Moore.
So we're gonna see. They always have an off year when he has to get new coordinators the next year after.
Because he's a buffoon.
Yeah.
Big dumb dipshit.
He didn't like his
Oh my God! I wanted to lose their schedule release.
Their schedule release. Did you see?
Did you see their schedule release?
No, I didn't watch it. No.
It's just a 360 of the Lombardi, and then they put up for 10 seconds, and then they put the schedule up next to it. And just regular print.
Movie music, and that's all they have. Is just
that was it.
And then they just put it up really fast, the schedule, and then they're done. That's all they have to do. But that's all they do is show off the trophy.
So y'all know.
And he was, oh my God, he was fuming. I'm like, what else? What else do you need to say?
I really wish we knew what theirs was, because I really think both of us could have done the exact same video and just put all 4 of them and all 5 of them. And I'm sorry, you don't get to take 100 years to get one, get 2, and then act like you've been the greatest franchise. Because that's what people are doing. Well, the Phillies the best franchise in the NFC East.
No.
Yeah, in the last 5 years, they've been trash the West, just like they're garbage city. You're as trash as your city.
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
You keep doing it.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
McNabb was a bum. He was overrated. Sports media doesn't like Dallas and New York, so any chance they can try to get to knock us, they do. But we are much better franchises than the 2 other bums in our division.
It's been a long time, so I'm not going to say too much.
Because, again, Washington fans might want to chill out. The last time they got this cocky, their boy broke his knee the next year, and they all had to shut up.
That is true. RG just crumbled.
Hey, we're going to see.
Bill Carter rattles his little ass.
That's why we don't know. We're waiting for the NFL season.
Oh, my goodness.
You think if you break his leg, Lawrence Taylor will let him have the 56?
No.
Maybe.
You're just like me.
All right, you earned it. Put that boy down like the husband.
I don't say. I'm not a part of any of this.
Sorry, that was wrong. I apologize.
He's a really good player.
Honestly, I love it. I love the kid. Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing player. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You notice I didn't try to say maybe he won't be able to do it again. The only thing that I see stopping the kid is injury. Like, there's nothing else that's going to stop him.
Yep.
So, take that respect there. That clearly I don't think he could be stopped with anything other than an injury.
He was on a different team. That's not his fault. He was drafted, you know.
But,
can't help it. It is what it is.
But speaking of injury, Hutchinson was cleared today from his.
Yes, he is.
I heard,
Dude, he's going to be back.
You think
ready to go.
After a broken leg, you think he can just...
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Do you think he could just...
I don't know, because it's still...
I got Paulson Adebo coming off a broke leg, too, so I need to know whether it's good.
That's going to be interesting.
I mean, I've already seen him running drills. Both.
Yeah, I seen him do... And you saw him with this little zigzag thing running the whole field.
Little choppy feet stuff. That's good kind of stuff, yeah.
I can walk. I can't do that stuff
anyway.
anyway.
Aiden Hutchins is like 24.
I can't do that stuff anyway.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Even when I was 24, I could. You know, I was more mobile.
I don't know. I was in high school.
All right. We are not getting on Diddy slander.
Anyway.
I'm not. We're going to sign off now because I'm about to get myself in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Instagram, and we'll holler at y'all next time, all right? Peace.